Guys, Crypto here from Cryptogasmic. Nice to have you here. It's a Wednesday afternoon for me. So today we're going to do lesson 1 of Crypto Master Trading series. We're going to do a bunch of lessons on getting the basics going for you guys in crypto from a trading perspective, from charting, different charting patterns, candles. But we have to start with TradingView. So TradingView is my preferred platform and is the platform that most people use when trading crypto. So you need to go to tradingview.com and download. I probably should have a reference link. I might put it up on the bottom of here later if I do have one. You can use that. I do have a little bit of a cough, so sorry guys. So we're going to get straight into it and spend 30 minutes today on how to set up TradingView and how to use the tools on TradingView. Okay, so basically, guys, when you log into TradingView, you're gonna have something like this. It might be a different color. I've kind of set mine up to how I like it. So you want to come across to your settings and just mess around with things until you know whether you want a black background or a white background, that kind of thing. I personally like to have the black background there. So in the top left hand corner is your general settings. So you want autosave, if you want to export the data, make a copy of the chart, all that kind of thing, right? So dark color theme, I'm not going to change that, but that's where you can change it all. So I don't really like that myself, so I want to go back to the dark. Okay, so that's kind of where you can just set up your basic settings up there. Don't really like what that's done there either, to be honest. Okay, but so yeah, so I've got the dark color theme, so the white and the dark color theme like that. All right. So what you're going to notice, one of the very first things you're going to notice, okay, and you can also here double click on and get all your settings from the chart here as well. So price lines, all that sort of stuff, right? So everything is a color theme, like we just said. I'm going to remove all my drawings to start with. And I'm going to remove all of my indicators as well, just so we can have a clean look. Turn my trend ribbon off. My EMAs. And that one. Okay, so you're basically going to have a blank screen like that. You might not even have this over here. So let's just go around the TradingView platform. If you've got any questions, please just let me know. So up here is the coin, where you want to search for whatever coins that you're looking for on whatever exchange. So a whole bunch of things may come up in the beginning and you're like, wow, what is all of this? So if you're just trading crypto, just hit crypto, okay? And then you'll have all the exchanges and everything in there. Or you can pick certain exchanges, okay? Bitfinex. Or whatever exchange you want, okay? So that all comes from this here. Now, a hugely important thing that you're going to have is the time frame here. So I use 1 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 6, 12 daily, 3-day, weekly, and I sometimes use a 15-minute, but you have all the options there. Now, if you don't have those options, it's probably because you've got the free version. So I think that might give you the 1 hour, 3 hour, something like that. So if you want all the different time frames, you can then upgrade your package to get that. And all you do is favor the ones that you want in there. So 12 in, 12 is out, okay? This switches between the candles and the line charts, okay? So I use the candles myself, and then you have all the different candles here. That's completely up to you. I'm not going to go through what all the different candles are. That would be a different show. But that's where your candles, how you want the layout of your candles to look. Okay. So I use the full-bodied candles. And then here you can have the line chart here, which takes away the candles and basically just gives you the open and closes as they go along. Okay. So compare symbol, this sign here. So here is where we're going to add our indicators and our strategies. So they have favorites. They have ones that are built in. So you're going to need some basics, which we're going to go into shortly. All the different candlestick patterns. Public library for people that create scripts. So you can browse through those scripts that I have. That I've created, volume profile, and invite scripts. Okay, so you're going to want to start with the built-in patterns. So the ones you're 100% going to need are EMA, exponential moving average or moving average. I use the Ichimoku cloud, which I really love. Volume, okay? And you're going to add a MACD as well, which I'm going to show you how to do in a minute. So basically, you just come across and you would put EMA. I use the moving average exponential, and I use a 50-day one, and I use a 200-day one, which I'll get into in a little bit. I use volume. Okay, so you can find whichever one that you like the best on there. I use the Ichimoku cloud, okay, which is this one, which is a great indicator for trend patterns in the future. I use MACD. This one here, which won't show up on the side, it will show up somewhere else, which I'll show you in a minute. And I use RSI. Okay, so the relative strength index, which shows you the strength of the coin at the moment. Okay, so those are the ones that I start with. The purpose of today's video is not to go through and tell you what all of them do. It's just to show you how to kind of set it all up, all right? So, and then they show up over here, and you can hide them or show them. You can turn them on, so your EMA, Ichimoku, is going to look like this. Another EMA. Volume will show when I press it down here, like that. And I use the trend ribbon as well. Okay, so you want to try and keep your clean, your screen as clean as you can. So when you go into those indicators, you can then check on the settings. And I'm going to do a different episode on each indicator on how to set it up. So stay tuned for that. But basically, you want to go to the little gear icon. So obviously that's to hide it, that's to show it. The little gear icon will give you your settings. For me in the Ichimoku, if you want it to look like mine, I use 20, 60, 120, 30. So take a quick screenshot of that now. I'll give you 30 seconds. 20, 60, 120, and 30. Now you're probably noticing you've got lines everywhere as well, right? Like this. I don't find any need for all of these. So I go and uncheck everything. And I leave plots background on, okay? And then you can just pick your own colors, whatever color you want, right? And then how strong you want that color, or however, so green is what I usually have. So, I don't have them too full on like that, otherwise you lose the candles. So I kind of like it just to float in the background like that, okay? EMA, so you'll just click on, so the blue one that I use is I use blue and red, so blue, and And then the inputs, I use 200, which is a 200-day moving average. So that's a slow moving average. And then we have a red one, which is here, which is the faster moving average, and now which is 50. You change the style and the color and all that sort of stuff there. Okay. Okay, so then we can go and add the MACD, which you double click and it will show you your MACD and your RSI down here. So you can just, if you double click on that, it will show that. If you double click it back, it will take it back like this. So you can move it to the top, move it to the bottom. You can drag it. So it's small, so it's big. Okay, so I usually keep them like that. And then you can just individually click on each one as you want it. Okay, so this is our strength indicator and this is our MACD trend indicator down here. Okay, so going along at the top, candles, templates. This is where you set your alarms. Well, you can set, this is one way to set alarms. Conditions, whatever you want the condition to be. If it crosses an Ichimoku, if it's the coin, it's crossing a certain place. That's not the way that I use. I use those alerts for crossing clouds and EMAs and things like that. So if you want to set time alerts, so I will usually come over on the side here and add alert, that bang, and that will add an alert. You can double click on the alert and it will bring up what was there before. So is it open-ended? Where do you want to be notified? You can rename it. Is it only one time? Is it every time? So you can adjust that to how you want to adjust that. Okay. So I'm just going to stop for a second there and see if there's any questions. I'm not even sure if the stream is working properly on TradingView. Let's have a look. I tried to get it set up before and so you got, also while we're here, you've got this as your main front part of TradingView as well. And over here you have your watch list where I label, I create new lists for different exchanges, Bitcoin pairs, current trades that I like, top 20 coins, top 100 coins, however you want to do it. That's where you can put everything there. All right. Your alerts are over here. Headlines for whatever coin that you're on. Messages, internal messages, messages to other people, message boards, streams, what streams are on, all that sort of stuff. So, upcoming streams, recent streams. I don't know why this stream isn't showing on TradingView. It's not there. So yeah, then you can go into your profile over here and go through all of your stuff there. My stream should be showing on here. Not exactly sure why that is not working, but it's not. It just keeps saying that it's offline, so I don't really understand that personally, but we will get that sorted out at I do have a message saying we're having trouble streaming to a destination. It is possible, server stream key invalid. So there's obviously an issue there, so I'm going to have to look at that, but let's keep moving on for YouTubers. So once we're on a coin, okay, once we're on a coin, let's just pull up Dash. So, we got things that look like this. So, Fibonacci is the other one that I want you to, right, okay, so we're going to get into that now. So that's basically everything on the top panel. If you want to get rid of everything, you just double click or two-finger touch on and you get everything here, right? So remove drawings, whatever you want to do, okay? So that's the basics for there. All right. Some settings here. Full screen. Okay. If you want to take a screenshot, if you want to publish your idea so people can read it, that's everything done up here. So right now we're on a 1 hour time frame, 3 hour, 4 hour, that kind of thing. So what that really means is that 4 hour, each one candle is a 4 hour, shows you the movement over the 4 hours. The time of those candles down the bottom, whether you want to use a regular chart or a logarithmic chart. Okay. The time zone, so you want to make sure you get the right time zone. So for the opening and the closing of daily candles, half-day candles, all that kind of stuff, make sure you're in the right area for that. Okay. And now just a quick look over this side here. So here you've got your trend lines, horizontal rays, arrows, all that kind of stuff. So the main ones I use is a trend line, horizontal line, and a horizontal ray. So you'll just come and then you can draw your trend lines. Or you can, draw a trend angle. Etc., etc. Horizontal line, we'll do a line across the whole chart. A horizontal ray will just go from where you pin it, like that, which is what I use all the time. Here, you got a lot of Fibonacci tools here, all right? And these tools are designed to give you kind of predictions and price points of where to go, how low things, resistance points and all that. Now, there's way too many things there, and it's just going to confuse you, all right? And they all do basically the same thing. So I just use the fib retracement tool, which will be another lesson. And then you can click on the fib. All right, if you want to take a screenshot, I am going to do another lesson on Fibonacci, but those are the settings that I use. Right, you can use one color, you can use different colors. Background, no background, all that sort of stuff, right? So that's how you set up your Fibonacci. Okay. Annotations, so maybe you want to draw some text, watching, all that sort of stuff. It's all part of your preparation. Okay. This tool here is where we use a brush or a rectangle. So, we use the brush a lot to do this, the rectangle to do this, and then we can click on that rectangle and change the color. We can add text to it, all that kind of thing. Over here, so depending on the way you trade, I trade with Elliott waves. But I use the head and shoulders. The Elliott impulse waves, which will, give you that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern. I use the ABCDE and I use the ABC. That's all I really use from there. Very important tool. Very important tool. Arrows if I'm doing a chart for somebody and I want to point at something or, whatever I want, I want to point something out. So this is a tool just to give you a percentage both ways, how many days, up and down, right? So here is a very important tool. So this is to set up if you're, long position, short position. I use long and short position here. So if I'm entering here, then I can adjust. It'll show me my percentages, my potential gains, and I can do my risk reward through that, which is basically, you can lock it over here or remove drawings from there. And that's it. So that's basically the basic setup. So in my next lessons, I will go through each indicator. I'll do one lesson on these indicators that I use in particular to show you how I trade. So I hope that was worthwhile. Okay, and I'll try to get this going on TradingView at another point. Okay, take care, guys, and speak soon.